Do you want your life to change? Do you want to feel freer, happier, and more aligned with who you truly are? Then there is one question you must have the courage to ask yourself today. Am I really being myself? Because the truth is that many people spend their entire lives playing a role to please others, a role to be accepted, a role to avoid disappointing people. But by constantly wearing masks to meet other people's expectations, they eventually lose sight of who they truly are. And the problem is that you cannot build a life that reflects who you are if you no longer know the person who is living it. Today we're going to talk about authenticity. We're going to talk about the lies we tell ourselves, the masks we wear, and most importantly, we're going to explore this fundamental question. Who are you when no one is watching? The biggest lie is not the one we tell others, it's the one we tell ourselves. I'm fine. This situation works for me. I like this job. This relationship is healthy. I'm doing what I love. When deep inside something tells us that it isn't true, but we ignore that small voice because it forces us to face an uncomfortable reality. The reality that we may be living a life that doesn't truly belong to us. A life chosen by our fears, by our habits, by the expectations of those around us, not by our hearts. And as long as you keep telling yourself stories to avoid facing that truth, nothing will really change. You can change cities, change jobs, change partners, change goals, but you will always take the same person with you, and that person is you. Since childhood, we are taught to adapt, to be well-behaved, to be reasonable, to fit into predefined boxes. Little by little, we develop masks. The mask of the strong person, the mask of the nice person, the mask of perfection, the mask of success, the mask of the person who never shows emotions. At first, these masks protect us, but over time, they become a prison. How many people smile while they are suffering? How many people pretend to be happy while feeling empty inside? How many people live according to someone else's dreams instead of pursuing their own? Maybe you wear a mask too. Maybe you pretend to like certain things. Maybe you say yes when you really mean no. Maybe you stay silent to avoid being judged, and every time you do that, you move a little farther away from yourself. Here's a simple question, but an incredibly powerful one. Who are you, really? Not your profession, not your status, not your number of followers, not what other people think of you. Who are you at your core? What makes you come alive? What are you passionate about? What values would you never betray? What makes you want to get out of bed in the morning? What makes you feel truly alive? Because deep down, your identity is not what you show. Your identity is who you are when nobody expects anything from you. Take a moment to think about it. If you weren't afraid of other people's opinions, what would you do? If nobody judged you, how would you live? If you were completely free, what direction would your life take? The answers to these questions are often the most valuable clues leading to your true self. Another essential question: what drives you every day? Is it fear? The fear of not having enough? The fear of failure? The fear of rejection? Or is it the desire to grow, to create, to help, to learn, to contribute? Many people move through life powered by fear, and fear can make you move forward, but it can never help you truly flourish. Fulfillment is born when your actions are aligned with your deepest values, when what you do is consistent with who you are. When you stop chasing a version of yourself that impresses others and start building a version of yourself that makes you proud. Because in the end, success without authenticity often leaves a feeling of emptiness, while a life lived in alignment, even if imperfect, brings a peace that nothing can replace. If you truly want to change your life, start here. Not tomorrow, not a year from now. Today. Stop lying to yourself. Look at yourself honestly. Accept what you feel. Accept what you truly want. Accept, too, what you no longer are. And above all, have the courage to take off the masks. Yes, some people won't understand. Yes, some people will drift away, but the right people will stay because they will no longer be attached to a character. They will be connected to the real person you are. Never forget this. You were not born to live the life others expect from you. You were born to become the most authentic version of yourself. And that is exactly where true freedom begins. True confidence and true fulfillment. So tonight, ask yourself one final question. If I stopped lying to myself starting today, what would change in my life? The answer might just be the beginning of everything. If this video spoke to you, write in the comments, "I'm taking off my mask." And if you know someone who needs to hear this message, share this video with them, subscribe to join this community of people who have chosen to live a more authentic, more conscious, and more aligned life. See you very soon.